What's up, ladies and gentlemen? chuckfinleLP, Shadow the Hedgehog, Part 22. This is the wrap-up video where I show off all of the other modes, the options, and the two-player, if those things are available in these games. So I'm going to go to the select mode that you've seen me use to show off the 5 other endings that I wasn't able to show off. Now, you can see a lot of these have stars on them. A lot of these levels have stars, and if you can see, they all have 3 A's. Well, to get to have one of these stars on all of these levels, on any one level, you have to get every mission all A ranks. So you can either come up here and do these 2 missions, and you get them A ranks, and you'll have the stars, or these 3 that are further back. Now the bosses really can't. They don't have any marks to show that they have A ranks on them. You just have to look over them and see whether they do or don't. Even the ending stories that you won't be able to tell, because you can see some of them are a lighter gray than others, but that doesn't have anything to do with the ranking. It's just whether they have. It's just how Sega wanted to have them. And you can also, so you can see standard information here for each of these levels. I'll just go ahead and use this one. If you want to choose a level, you can see your rank, your score, and your time for each individual mission, and the number of keys that you've collected. So you can see for Cosmic Fall, I have both A ranks here with 30,220 with 4 minutes 30 seconds. Hero is 2,750 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And then if you want to exit, just hit the Y button, and you can see I don't have them all of them A's. Some of the harder levels I don't have, like the Doom, I believe, or the Ark I don't have, because the Dark Story is, or the Dark Side mission is kind of hard, and you have to do it fast enough to be able to get all of the defenses destroyed fast enough, and it is definitely difficult to do. You can see Space Gadget, pretty bad. Lost Impact definitely is a hard one. Final Haunt shouldn't be as hard as it is, but and this one definitely hard. The Sonic and Diabolon fight. This is the hardest of the 3 that we have to face, and the one with the limited amount of ammo. So it does take practice to figure out that one. But there isn't too much more to say here. That's just it. You can also look for just to see if you have all the keys for the different levels in the top left corner of the screen, and it will also show you in the top right corner of the screen how many A ranks that you get. If you get all 71 A ranks for all of the bosses and levels, you'll get a super hard mode, which is similar to Sonic Heroes super hard mode, where I believe you have the chance to, or you can play each story arc in a super hard mode. But I believe some missions aren't available to you, and some that you have to do that you may not have wanted to do. I believe with here in Central City, if you choose the full dark story route, you have to do the hero mission rather than the dark mission. So you have to go around and disable all of the bombs with the vacuum gun. And I'll go back up here to story mode really quickly. And do you remember I talked about the libraries? These are, if you remember, I talked about this, I believe in part 3 or 4, that I wasn't sure what these were, and I'd done a little bit of research with them. And these are actually endings. There are 326 possible endings in this game. I just chose the 10 quickest. As you can do, just go straight along the story arc rather than kind of jumble it up here. You can see the further I go, there isn't too many weird patterns just yet. If you go like here, you start out dark, you go dark, semi-dark, and then go immediately to hero, and you'll end up being a anti-hero. Same way here, start out anti-dark, have neutral, lean neutral, then go straight back to dark. And you can just do these for each individual. To get to the story arcs, there are, as I said, 326 possible endings that you can do. You can do in any way, any order that you want to. as long as you fit with the 6 level parameter. You have to start with Westopolis, so that's 1 level, and then you just whichever way you want to choose after that. So you can see some of my other ones lean hero and then go immediately dark. But anyway, so that's what these are for. They just show off the different endings that you can choose. So, and that's one of the things that the critics really liked. That instead of just giving you the linear story that a lot of Sonic games had, they actually gave you choices in which and how you decided to end the game. You could 326 possible endings to the game, and now that's a first for the Sonic series to have multiple endings other than just the one straight clear ending for a single character or a single team. But alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show off the 2-player game now. You can choose between 6 different shadows. The normal shadow, the normal shadow acts exactly like he does in the single player. You start out with no weapon. You can use the homing attack, punching, kicking, and all that. This is just the copy of the original Shadow, just with orange color rather than red. Where Shadow is red, he's orange or yellowish orange. Now these metal shadows, I guess you could say, these are supposed to be kind of like the Shadow androids, but they look more like Metal Sonic. And these are the machine guns. They have the assault rifles equipped. You cannot change the weapons on them. And they cannot pick up any additional weaponry. It's just what they have. And these have the gun grenade launchers on them. These Shadow androids can use the homing attack, and I believe that's about it. They can't punch or kick or do anything like that, but they can use the hero and dark gauges. You don't see the gauges in the. I'll go ahead and show off. I'll go ahead and show off what that is. The individual the gauges and everything, but you can see you can either choose a 3-game match or a single-game match. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show off all 3 of these stages, or these battle arenas. I won't show off everything in the battle arena, but I will try to show as much as I can, as quickly as I can. Okay, so the way that you end this is by decreasing the other character's score to, if you hit them if they have no rings. Let's see, I'll just go ahead and end it quickly here. Get out of my sight, android. You can kind of see, depending on which map you choose, they have different weapons available to you. Most of the maps will have the standard weaponry. The rocket launchers, grenade launchers, assault rifles, machine guns, pistols. But the locations of them are, sometimes, like the rocket launchers are usually hidden up higher or lower than the standard assault rifle or pistol or machine gun. And the big thing that will help you out if you're doing this is just choosing which one to use. So you can see you can even use the bigger weaponry from the Bigfoots and I guess I'll go ahead and show off a little bit more of the underground section. But all weaponry except for the special crate weapons are available to you. Now, not all of the vehicles will be. I believe there is the jumpers that were around in here. Yeah, so you can get into these if you want to. They will help you out, especially if you're playing up against an experienced player. Because if you destroy this, you won't lose. If you do take damage from this, you won't lose any rings, and you just have to wait. And it kind of gives you armor as well as a halfway decent weapon. But the gauges work just the way they do in the story mode or single player. The more you destroy, the more your dark gauge fills up. The more black arms or black aliens or fires you put out, the more your hero gauge goes up. You can see this is from the Gun Fortress level. This is where the computer cores were that we had to destroy with Black Doom. I don't think the androids can actually access those, use those powers, but they have the unlimited ammo of either the assault rifle or the machine gun, or not the assault rifle and the rocket grenade launcher if you would like to use those weapons. And so I'll just go ahead and end this here. So all I have to do is just hit someone, hit the other character when they don't have any rings. Once they have 0 rings, you just hit them and they will fall. And I'll go ahead and show off the grenade launcher does in the lava shelter level. This is in Gun Fortress, and then Lava Shelter. So these are all stage 6 levels that you play, and you only play small areas. The arenas are fairly big, and you can go You can go pretty far in here. There isn't too much you can do. If you look, you can kind of see where you are and what you can and can't do. You can go to different sections of the around here. You can have black arms that you can destroy, which will give you the chaos control, which is actually pretty effective. You have the lava defense systems, which will flood these areas just like they did in the single player mode, and you can only use the rails to grind along there to get from platform to platform after that, and which actually makes it a little bit more difficult and pretty fun. And the lava will stay up there permanently, and it is a one-shot kill once you get to it. Once you activate it. So, and it isn't a surefire thing to immediately ensure that you get the victory. It can actually sometimes hurt you. But if you get on those flying saucers, you can dodge. You can hover above the slime just like you did with just like you could with the black liquid. And you can see that the air saucers do provide you with minimal protection, just like you have to blow the saucer away before you can actually damage the other person. So that does help you out a little bit. Okay. And the grenade launcher isn't that effective.
Get out of my sight, android.
It definitely takes some getting used to. If you weren't used to it playing through it with the story mode, it definitely will hurt you. And I guess I'll go ahead and show off a little bit more of the first area. I didn't really plan on showing you all of these stages, everywhere in them, but they're a little bit shorter than I thought, so I'll go ahead and just run through here. And I'm not that far into the video yet, only about 13:10, and the options won't take up that much time, and so I'll be able to go ahead and show this off as well. But yeah, it's just whichever, most people like to use the normal shadow instead of the androids, but it's entirely up to you, whichever you want to use. Okay. So as I said, you have all of the weaponry available to you that you want, as long as you can find it. As I said, a lot of this is hidden, and not every ammo crate's going to have what you want. So you can see there the lock-on RPG and the normal rocket launcher, and you can see you do have one of these vehicles here that you can use to kill, to help you out. It isn't as effective as just it provides you with armor. That's pretty much it. It doesn't actually help you out in any way with the damage-wise. It's actually pretty weak. But yeah, this isn't like a health score style thing. You can even get a Gatling gun if you can unlock this cage. And I believe the way you do that is to come up here and destroy a enemy, perhaps. Huh. Oh well. It doesn't really matter, but you can kind of tell, where you go and everything. The homing attack isn't quite effective, or quite as effective as I thought it would be. Here it does take, you have to really, you have to be pretty close for it to work. But if you can master using it, it does actually counteract the weapon, the use of the weapon. And the any gun soldiers or black arms that are around that have weapons can hurt you while you're playing, so you do want to be careful. And for those of you who may not have noticed, I am player 1, the guy on the left side. So just while I'm showing off the stages and everything, you can look at that screen rather than the the second player screen. But that was the 2-player. It's not big or flashy or anything like that, but it's pretty good. It's definitely will provide hours of entertainment, especially if you have really competitive friends playing with you. Then you'll definitely have a lot of fun with it. So you can, just like with Sonic Adventures 1, 2, and Heroes, you can listen to the music that you want to, all of the theme music, the different story arc ending music to the individual levels, just like we saw with Sonic's Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes. Then you can listen to the continue. So that's if you lose all of your lives. Oh crap, I hit the wrong button. That's if you lose all of your lives, and then you'll hear that music. Let's see. I'll go back down here so you can see all of the music from the battle mode, mission cleared, main menu options, library, battle events, the cutscene events 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and the ending music. Let's see how to go back. Okay, there we go. So you can change the rumble feature on and off if you have a controller that does that. You can change the subtitles in the cutscenes. You can change the speaker output depending on what your TV is. Stereo, mono, or Dolby Pro Logic 2. And then you can load different save files if you have multiple on your memory card. And that's about it, really. There isn't too much to this game. The focus was more on the single player rather than the 2-player stuff. And let's see. I guess there isn't that much. You can continue if you leave off on the story mode. If you leave off where you were or had to quit the game, you can just continue right where you are, so you don't have to start a new story over again. Which is definitely very helpful. Most Sonic games do that, but they don't normally give you the option to start over again. So if you do mess something up and you do want to start over, you can easily do that. And I guess, there really isn't that much else to talk about. One thing that I do want to, I guess, promote or whatever, the website that I was using to find out all of most of this information for Shadow the Hedgehog is the Sonic Wiki page, which in the I don't know how to put links in the description of these videos, so I'll just give you the website. It's called sonic.wikia.com. If you go there, you can find a lot of different things about the Sonic universe, from comics, individual characters, to levels, games, voice actors, different things like that. Canceled games, scrapped games, just different small things like that. And on some games, the people who run that site actually went into detail on how to gain the A ranks. This game was one of those. You can actually go to the individual level pages and find out what you need, the scores that you need for each rank, and tips on how to find, like, the bombs here in Central City for both Hero and Dark Side missions, the people that you needed to find in, I believe it was, not Air Fleet, whichever one you had to find the rescued crew, kill all the gun soldiers, or continue on to find the Chaos Emerald. Yeah, definitely a very helpful site. That's where I get a lot of my information for the Sonic series, so definitely check that out if you want to figure out how to get the A ranks easily if you don't want to look around on YouTube to try to find a video that does that. You know, it's pretty easy. But anyway, so I thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many times did I shoot the second player in each of the 4 matches we played. I thank you for watching. I will start something in the next gen series. I don't know just yet for the PlayStation 3. I don't know which game I'll choose just yet, but that's the next series of games that will be coming up. So until then, later everyone.